This burgundy hair, guys. Look at this burgundy hair. Yes, I noticed your hair. She's asking if I noticed her hair, everybody. Your hair is pretty. We're here getting some sushi. She wanted some sushi, so we're getting some sushi. All right, guys. She's embarrassed of her braces, guys. How's it going, YouTube? It's your main man, Prometheus, here with the Basic Bro Travel Show. So I'm about 30 miles away from home. I'm in a city called Ontario, California. This is Ontario Mills Mall. It used to be the biggest mall in California, but I think it lost that title to, I don't know who it lost it to, but I don't think that's the case anymore. But it's a big mall. And I will try to tilt the camera so where you guys can see whatever you see. Here enjoying some food, by the way, some Brazilian food. Yeah, last night I had a little dinner with my little Latina friend, so I showed that at the beginning of the video. So really, I show a little bit of what I'm doing in California in terms of dating or, friends with females, just to kind of show guys that even though I'm in California, one of the hardest places. Oh, that's fine. I just got crashed into by a lady in a stroller. So anyway, I show kind of what I got going on or what I'm doing in terms of the little lightweight dating I'm doing. And I'm not really trying to get serious with anyone right now. I know that my future is overseas. If I ever do get married, it will be with someone overseas most likely. So I'm not really seriously looking for anything out here in the United States, but I'd like to show a little bit of my dating life or, who I'm kicking it with, just to kind of drive home the point that even though I'm in California, one of the most difficult dating markets to navigate, you still have to try. You still have to, whatever battlefield you find yourself on, you still have to fight. You can't just give up and go, well, I'm in the United States, I'm in Texas, I'm in Missouri, nobody likes me, so I'm just going to give up. I'm not going to even go out. I'm not going to even try to meet people. I'm not going to even try to meet girls. I'm not going to even try to do whatever. You can't do that. No matter where you're at. I mean, that is if you like women, and if you like spending time with women, you have to try. You have to try. You have whatever battlefield you're on. Sometimes the battlefield conditions are not always ideal, and you have to fight. So that's why I kind of show little excerpts of, what I have going on, even while I'm in the United States. So that's what that's about. So today, I wanted to speak to you guys about getting scammed by women, getting taken advantage of by women everywhere or anywhere, but especially overseas. And basically, 6 things you have to do, or 6 mind frames you have to have, along with things you have to do to prevent yourself from being scammed in places like Pattaya, Bangkok, Dominican Republic, particularly if you're going to be dealing with those bar girls. with those freelancers, with those massage girls, which I already know most of you are. Most of you are, because I see it. I see it when I go. So I don't want to sit here and pretend like it's not going to happen. I don't want to engage in a bunch of what should be and what could be. I want to deal with what most likely is going to happen. And most likely, most of you are going to deal with a girl working in the entertainment industry, at least initially. I want to give some tips on what to do what to do, how to interact with those kinds of women to have the greatest success possible of maintaining a friendship and or relationship with them. Okay. Now, I want to start by saying bar girls, and I said this in my last video, bar girls, massage girls, freelancers, any girls dealing in an industry that's adult oriented, strippers, those are not the women you're supposed to be trying to marry, guys. They're just not. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I'm not here to be the morality police necessarily. And I'm going to speak in terms of realism. The bar girls, the massage girls are probably the first girls you're going to meet in those countries. They're the ones who are flagging you down. They're the ones that are pulling your arm. They're the ones who are grabbing you. They're the ones making themselves seen and making themselves known. So yes, there's a good likelihood probably the first girl you go to dinner with, the very first girl you have coffee with is probably going to be a girl you met at the bar. So, since I know that, I want to give you tips on how to deal with that reality. The first thing you have to do, or the first mindset you need to possess when dealing with any of these girls working in any of these adult industries, you have to accept what she is without any shame or any ego. First and foremost, you have to be okay with what she's doing. If she's a bar girl, if she's working in a bar and her job is to talk men into buying her drinks, and then she sits with them and puts her hand on their shoulder and they put their hand on her lap and she sits and drinks with them, you have to be okay with that. If you're going to date a bar girl, you have to be okay with it. Arguing with her about it, fighting with her about it, trying to get her to promise that she'll stop or she'll change is not going to work. It's something that you have to be okay with. And I don't know how you can be okay with it. I don't know what tips to give you to make yourself okay with it. But I do know you have to be okay with it. It has to be something that doesn't bother you, or you even see value in what she's doing, because maybe the more money she makes, the less money you have to give her. I don't know what mindset you have to tell yourself, but you have to be okay with the fact that she's a bar girl, or that she gives massages to strange men for a living. You have to be okay with that. A lot of men try to talk the women out of doing it. They try to tell them, hey, you don't have to do it. I'll pay your wages. You can stop doing it. I'm not saying that never works. I'm sure sometimes it does. I'm sure you can, offer a woman enough money to where she'll quit any job. She'll stop being a software engineer if a woman will if you pay her enough, if you supplement her income enough. You know what I mean? But when it comes to these girls working these adult industry jobs in places like Thailand, what you have to understand is they do it for money. They are doing it for money, but it's not just for money. They have a network. A lot of their friendships are there. Their friends are there. A lot of those girls came from far away, and they wound up in Bangkok or Pattaya, and the first persons they met were the girls working with them in that bar, and Thai culture, Thai people are close knit, with each other to a certain extent. So they bond with those girls. They bond with their fellow bar girl, with their fellow massage girl. They don't want to not do it. Many of them. I'm not going to go as far as to say they like it, but I mean, we've heard the songs, man. A lot of the songs are real. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be saved, man. A lot of them don't want to be saved. And I'm not saying that they like what they're doing, but what I am saying is they see benefit in what they're doing, and they don't want to stop. Even if you are supplementing their income, the way a lot of them see it is, okay, well, if this foreign guy is paying me what I used to make at the bar, I can then go behind his back and still work at the bar and make double the money. They're not going to see it like, okay, I'm good enough, because it's never enough, man. It's never enough. Remember, these girls are 19, 20, 22, 23. They're not going to make rational adult command decisions. Okay? They're going to take what you give them, and in their minds, I can take what he's giving me and I can go earn more. Because my mama needs a new roof, daddy needs a new tractor, whatever they need. They just need a new Chanel bag, whatever it is. Young people are not long-term thinking. They are short-sighted. Young people around the earth. So you can't expect this 19-year-old bar girl to suddenly make the right decision and choose you just because you came along. They're not going to, more than likely. So that's the first thing. You have to accept. And if you fight with her and argue with her about it, then she knows you're jealous. She's going to look at you as weak. She's going to look at you with disdain and disgust. Remember, these women have engaged in adult activities, and that always has a detrimental mental effect. It makes them not really understand, love dynamics and really how to think about men, and some of them have a certain disdain for men because of the profession they're in. So if you come across wimpy and crying, or please don't go back to the bar, but you're going to look weak and she's not going to respect you. So if you're trying to date a bar girl, a massage girl, a freelancer, you need to accept the fact that that's what she is. That's first and foremost. And yes, if you're dating a bar girl, you're dating a massage girl, there are going to be strange men who walk up to your girl or walk up to your table and like, hey Chun-Li, how are you doing? Hey, I haven't seen you in a while at the massage parlor. How's it? Yes, you're probably going to get that. Yes. 14 different men around town have spent time with your woman. Yeah. So you have to be okay with that, because that's what it is. And you have to accept it without ego and without stressing the girl out about it, or it's going to go bad. Number 2, when dating one of these girls, and honestly, some of this is going to apply no matter what girl you date, no matter what profession she is. Number 2, but especially a bar girl, especially a massage girl, especially a freelancer, you have to operate from a place of abundance, not desperation. You have to know, and she has to assume, you can easily replace her. You have to be able, you have to position yourself in a place, and you have to be at a stage where you can easily replace her. Because chances are you're going to have to. But her knowing you can replace her, any woman, I don't care if she's a pilgrim, I don't care if she's Amish, I don't care how holy, any woman, thank you, any woman who knows that you can replace her easily behaves better. If a woman knows you can't replace her, that gives her the freedom to act, to run amok and act a fool. Okay? So, when you're dealing with one of these girls in Thailand, you have to know, and she has to assume, because you don't necessarily tell her this, she just kind of has to see it. She just has to think it. That, man, this man can replace me whenever he gets ready. So you have to position yourself at a place and maintain yourself at a stage where you can easily replace her. So that means living someplace where you have access to women in abundance. That's one of the reasons why we go overseas, because it gives us access to women in abundance. That's why a lot of the brothers are recommending going overseas. It's a good thing. Okay. So that access allows you to not be jealous. That ability to replace your woman in a moment's notice allows you to be able to deal with her from a position of strength, where you can call the shots, where you can say, where you don't have to be arguing with somebody, fighting with someone, begging someone to call you, begging someone to see you, because you know, hey, I can replace her whenever I get ready. And what that also is going to mean is you have to have more than one woman. I said it. Until you have a fiance, or until you have a girlfriend that you know, hey, this is my woman, I am locking down with her, which means you should have already gone through careful vetting. You should have already been dating this woman at least a year before you decide to lock someone down. Surely you've dated her at least a year. But until you decide this is my girlfriend, not even girlfriend, man. Until you decide that this is your fiance, you need to have about a 2 to 3 girl rotation for your own good. That means you have your main girlfriend and 2 other girls that can be converted into girlfriends should this main one mess up. And that needs to be, you need to be spinning the plates. You know that in the circus? He's spinning plates. You need to be spinning the plates. You need to have 3 plates spinning at all times. Spinning. That's what keeps you grounded and keeps you assured that, hey, I don't have to deal with a girl who lies about where she's at, lies about, what she's doing. Because the moment she does something I don't like, I can replace her. That is really, as for me, that's the number one reason why I've decided to travel overseas to date. It really wasn't not, as you guys can, I show you little dates I go on. I've always been able to meet girls in America. I don't meet them in abundance enough. That's my thing. I don't like the length of time it takes to replace a girlfriend here in the United States. That is my number one reason. I want to be able to date a girl who looks like Alicia Keys and then replace her if she messes up with another girl who looks like Alicia Keys within 2 weeks. That's my goal. I cannot do that here. And you can't either. That is my number one reason for going overseas. Not to find women. I've always had girlfriends. I've had a wife. It's the replacement time. And the length of time it takes to replace a girl. If it takes you a long time to replace someone, you're likely to put up with more of her bull crap. You're likely to put up with disrespect. You're likely to put up with nonsense. You're likely to even put up with cheating because well, damn, if we break up, it's going to take me another 2 years to get a girlfriend. I'll just try to work it out with her. I've been there and I hate it. So, being able to replace your girl quick is something you must have if you're going to effectively deal with one of these girls in Pattaya. And they have to sense it. So they'll act right. The last thing you want is for your girl to know you can't easily replace her, but she can easily replace you. That's a losing position to be in. Point number 3. When you're dealing with girls in Pattaya, and really anywhere in the world, but especially the entertainment industry girls, you have to have boundaries with them that are unbreakable and unshakable. So, if you say, hey, I'm not trying to control you or whatever, but Saturday, I need you to be here at 2. Because I have some plans for us. That's it. That's it. Unless someone has died or there's some sort of emergency at work or her boss is tripping, she needs to be there at 2. If you do deal with a girl that you met in the entertainment field and she has agreed to no longer engage in the entertainment field because she's dating you now and you've agreed to take care of her, there can be not one time she can mess up. If you go looking for her 2 months into your relationship and you found out she took another shift to help her, their excuse is to help a friend at a bar, that's done. Done. You have to break up with these. You have to set clear boundaries and swift punishment when they cross those boundaries. Cursing at you, talking to other men behind your back. I'm saying in terms of if they have agreed they're going to stop, working that field. And if they haven't, and for some reason you're okay with them continuing their job, all their contact with different people needs to be business related, which I don't know how anyone can do that. I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to date a bar girl. Not date. There's no way. And I'm not super jealous, but to me it's just super disrespectful that even if it's her job, to be talking to another man. But I'm not the moral police. I'm not the morality police. So some of you are. And so what I'm saying is, if you are dating a bar girl, everybody that she talks to needs to be business related only. And if there's someone that makes you feel uncomfortable that she's talking to, she needs to cut them off. Say, hey, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. I get it. But this one guy, he seems to really be coming on strong. Looks like he likes you a lot more than just, professional. And you seem pretty high on him as well. I would prefer if you stop seeing this guy. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I would ask that you stop seeing this one guy. If she says no, she's done. There's no talking about it. Whatever your boundaries are, I can list 100 different boundaries. Not coming home when she says she's gonna come home. Lying about where she's at. Lying about who she's with, what friends she's with. Hey, I'm here with my girls, but she fails to tell you that her girls are at some dude's condo, and they're having a little kickback. Anything that violates your boundaries needs to be swift retribution, and the retribution is simply breaking up with them. Nothing else. Nothing physical. You don't even want to fight and argue. You're done. And part of how you can be done is because you can replace her in a moment's notice. So that's point number 3. You must have, or whatever number it is. I always get mixed up. You have to have clear boundaries and no nonsense adherence to it. They gotta follow it, or else no second and third chances. Point number 4. When dealing with pattaya girls, you have to maintain yourself and your lifestyle in an aspirational way, because that all ties in to whether or not she believes you can easily replace her. If you are fat and sloppy, and look, women are not men. They are not, thank God, they are not as and they're getting there, but thank God, at least currently, they are not as superficial as men are. They like a good-looking man, but they can be swayed by other things. So I'm not saying that you have to be a hard body or a gym rat, but the better you take care of yourself, the more your woman, any woman, understands that you can replace her, because she sees other women looking at you when you don't even notice. She hears the comments, the joking comments from her friends. Girl, you better hold on to your man, because if a whole lot of women out here want him if you don't. She hears those comments that she's never going to tell you. She might tell you, but many times they won't. They may tell you the first time they hear it, then they stop telling you. She knows, man, this guy can replace me because he's kind of fly. Your lifestyle has to be aspirational And you have to carry yourself in a way where she knows you can replace her, which will cause her to act less of a fool. It will cause her to be less disrespectful. It will cause her to be less scandalous. Also, you have, when you're dealing with these women in pattaya, these entertainment girls, they cannot really separate affection and love from money. They're money based now. That's what I'm saying. They're kind of, well, that's why we really have no business dating in a serious manner, these girls. But if you are, you have to remember they are money based now. First of all, they were kind of money hungry to begin with to even get into that profession. There's other jobs women can do. They could work at a shoe store. They could go work at Lotus. There's other jobs they can do. They came here to make fast, relatively easy, sizable money. So they're already kind of money driven women to begin with. You can kind of just know that going in, or they wouldn't be doing it. So it's hard for them to separate money from affection. So they're going to look to you to be able to, at the very least, supplement or replace the income that they're lacking by spending time with you. In most cases, nothing's 100%. I know. If you've met a girl that was Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman and all she needed was a good man to rescue her, then fine. But I'm talking about averages. She's going to want you to have a certain kind of lifestyle in order to even make her consider giving up what she's doing. And she's kind of money hungry, so she clearly wants a certain kind of lifestyle. That's why I go back to the $4,000 a month rule. These jokers that are on these channels telling people they can live a good life in Pattaya for $1,000 a month, they are not telling you the full story. You will not have a girlfriend for any length of time, or she will look like Don Rickles. She will look a hot mess if you do got one. She's gonna look like Mom's Maybelline. She's gonna look like Charizard if she accepts you with only $1,000 a month. You will not have a cute, long-lasting girlfriend on that. You need to make about $4,000 a month or stay home. And that's on the low end, guys. $4,000 to have the type of lifestyle where you can keep yourself fit, keep yourself groomed, keep yourself dressed, have a condo that's doesn't have to be Instagram worthy, but something nice, something that a woman wants to lay her head in, clean linens, can have a lady come through and clean, good food. And yes, you're going to probably send her mom some money back in the village. And incidentally, I don't know about you guys, I don't really play the whole take care of the family thing. I don't give a damn what the culture is. If your mom, and I tell this, you'll in some of my videos you'll see me say this. In the future videos, you're going to see me say this to women. Unless your mother is a single mom, I'm not helping out your family. Except for the occasional, oh my God, a typhoon knocked their whole roof down and they're about to die. Okay, yeah, of course. But just monthly sending money home to a whole ass family where there's a husband there, he needs to go join the army, go to join the Thai Marines, or your mom needs to divorce him and marry an American like you're doing with me. I've never done it. And I've dated several Southeast Asian girls. I'm not going to do it. If your girl comes from a single mother and she's by herself and struggling, okay. Even then, I'm not trying to support you full time, but I'm willing to help out with that. If your mama got a husband, just whatever I would occasionally do for anyone else in my family. Occasional help. But anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but you have to have an aspirational lifestyle in order to properly date these girls, because they need to have, first of all, you have to give them something to miss. They have to have something to fear losing. If you live in a 32 square meter condo with not even a bedroom, she's not going to really behave herself because you haven't given her much to miss. You're already old. And if you were cute, you would have stayed in Houston. We are basic bros. And obviously we're going overseas to date the cutest, legally youngest girls we can. So you gotta and you don't look like Brad Pitt and Idris Elba, more than likely, or you'd be doing your magic in Houston. Just like I would. So you gotta give them something. And that is a good life, a good lifestyle. $4,000 a month, guys. And just accept that is what it is. Again, this is if you're going to date bar girls. If you're dating regular girls, they're not as money driven. So it operates differently. I'm talking about those who want to date bar girls. It is what it is. Number 6, I think this is number 6. The old song, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't even try with these girls. You can't try to make some moral good. Don't be trying to turn them into a good girl, man. All you're gonna do is frustrate them and frustrate yourself. Look, let's just put it out there. If you don't like bad girls, you have no business dating a bar girl. You have to be the type of dude who likes bad girls. I mean, can we just talk frank? If you don't like bad girls, if you don't like naughty girls, you have no business trying to seriously date a girl in any of these entertainment fields. First of all, her past is not going to change. Yes, she's massaged 600 men, and nothing is going to change that. No amount of church. Another thing is, they relapse. Like, you might have a girl who gets out of the game, she stops working there for 7-8 months, and then something comes up, she needs some extra. Every time she needs some extra money, she's going to think that she can do that because it's quick, it's easy. She already has a list of clientele. And in her mind, well, he knew where he met me. He knew he met me at a bar, so he shouldn't be too mad. But remember, more than likely, she's 26. She's not going to have super adult 39-year-old ways of thinking. There's a good chance any bar girl you're dating, even if she stops doing it, is going to relapse at least once or twice. You have no business dating any of these bar girls, massage girls, freelancers, if you don't like bad girls, because that's what they are. They are bad girls. And it may have been circumstances that brought them to that lifestyle. Hunger in the village, the buffalo died, the tractor stopped working, Their mama told them to do it. There might be legitimate reasons, desperate reasons that cause them to turn to that lifestyle. But once they got into that lifestyle, they became a bad girl. They became a bad girl. And let me tell you something else, guys. Don't be shocked that if you're dating one of these freelancers, you're dating one of these bar girls, and she likes you, and you convince her to quit, don't be shocked if one of your homies, when you run to the store to go grab some more Cavassier, that one of your homies can't approach your girl and be like, look, girl, you're so beautiful. Look, he don't have to know. I got 5,000 baht for you right now. No, I know. 7,000. No. You tell him? 8,000. You know, tell him no? No, I'm not gonna tell that. I'm not tell that fool nothing. No, you good. You good. We good. 8,005. Don't be surprised if she don't take it, fellas. Don't be surprised. Well, don't be surprised if she takes it. That's what they do. Your girl is not going to turn down a bunch of money to do something she's already done 700 times, guys. And no matter how much you're giving her as an allowance, she can always use an extra 8,000 baht. Because you're probably not giving her that much of an allowance, especially if you didn't come over with at least $4,000 a month recurring income. Again, going back to the fact that you need a sizable income to really be trying to seriously live overseas, guys. At least $4,000 a month. You will not live the lifestyle you're picturing in your head. Palm trees, coconuts. You won't live that lifestyle under $4,000 a month. You won't do it, guys. I've been there too many times. I know. So, getting back to the girls, you have to be willing and you have to be able to, and I'll be honest, there's no way I'm okay with that, with her doing something with one of my friends. That's out of the question. And I can't even say how to prevent that other than you provide such a lifestyle for her that she fears to lose it. Which takes me back to the $4,000 a month that you need to make. You have to provide a lifestyle for her that she fears to lose. And then let me get to a bonus point. When you're dating a bar girl, massage girl, freelancer, you have to accept that that relationship most likely has an expiration date. You're probably going to break up. You're most likely going to eventually break up with her. Particularly if you don't have the mindset that I've already laid out in this video. You're probably going to break up. Or she's going to break up with you. She's super hypergamous because the lifestyle has made her that way, and she was probably already that way to begin with, which is one of the reasons why she chose the lifestyle in the first place. So chances are eventually you guys are going to break up. So you have to kind of know that going in. Hence, and reason why you need to have the plates going. You need to have the plates going. You need to have other girls in your repertoire. You need to have other girls on your roster, guys. At least 3. It's better if they know about each other, but I can understand if that's impossible. and no hard feelings. Don't tell them about each other. One in Pattaya, one in Bangkok, and one in wherever. Two in Bangkok on separate sides of the city, and a girl in Pattaya. Straight up, guys. Straight up. Again, you're not over there for anyone else. You're not over there to soothe anyone's feelings. You're not over there to be especially good to anybody. You're over there for you. You're over there to enjoy your fourth quarter, your last quarter of life, and to enjoy it on your terms. So do what you got to do to make you happy, right? So guys, I want to leave you with this. Dating women overseas that work in these entertainment industries, it's not for most of us. Now, there are some guys that can deal with it. You have some Dolomite Rosebud type of dudes who like that, who like bad girls, who like girls in the game, who can deal with it. Most of us cannot. I cannot. Most likely you cannot. But there are some who can, and for those who can or feel they can, I wanted to lay out some mindsets you need to have to kind of successfully navigate that lifestyle. But here's what I want to leave you with, guys. We have to stop chasing and trying to catch the lowest hanging fruit when we go overseas. Now, again, I guess if you're there for 2 weeks, and, okay, do whatever you got to do to have yourself a good time. But if you know that, hey, I'm trying to live in the DR, or I'm going to be spending significant amounts of time in the DR, I'm trying to live in Brazil, I'm trying to live in Thailand, then you have to date you have to figure out a way to date regular girls, guys. I get it. The bar girls are easily accessible. They're the ones you see. They're the ones in your face. They're the ones who are approaching you. It's easy. Many of them are pretty. They're frisky. It's easy. It's easy. And many of us have never had it easy when it comes to women. And it's cheap. It's affordable. You know what I mean? So, you literally can go to dinner with and have a girl who looks like a young Lucy Liu sitting on your lap for $40. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't many places, there's nowhere in America you can do that. Right? So I get the appeal, I get why it's inviting. But guys, there's millions of normal, decent, law-abiding, God-fearing even women in every country that we normally go to. You have to start to learn to meet those girls. Use internet dating if you have to. It's okay nowadays. I know there was a lot of shame associated with internet dating for us older cats. I felt it. I remember thinking it was a loser thing to do, but it's the way of the world now. So go download Tinder, download Bumble, download whatever, and meet a girl online if you have to. Now, as us older guys know, the best way to do it is up in this mall and just, hey, but and overseas you have that leverage because you're a foreigner. You're not as short because everyone's short. You're exotic looking because there aren't as many blacks, or there aren't as many whites, or there's hardly no Mexicans. You're exotic. One good thing, whether it's a plus or a minus, you tell me, most people are going to perceive you as being prosperous financially. I don't care what you say, that is an attractive quality when it comes to women. So you have a lot of leverage overseas that you didn't have in the West, in the United States, in England, in Scotland, and Ireland, and in Australia. You didn't have that leverage in Texas, but you got it. You have it in Bangkok. You have it in Thailand. You have it in Pattaya. You have it in Sosua. You have it in Santo Domingo. You have that leverage in Rio de Janeiro. You have that leverage, that Western leverage. Use that to your advantage to date regular girls so you can have good regular results and not have to navigate the landmine of bar girls and the madness that comes along with that, because most of us aren't equipped for it. We're not prepared for it. We're not built for it. Like I said in the last video, those girls are for entertainment purposes and in case of emergency break glass purposes only. They're not meant for you to partner up with. But if you do, I wanted to lay out the steps I feel you should take in order to be as successful as possible. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Again, I'm in Ontario, California, Ontario Mills Mall. Just chilling. A lot of pretty girls, there's a lot, it's very Latina, a lot of Latina, very pretty women here. It's what it is. I throw a little Mack down every now and then, but like I said, I know that my calling is overseas. I've kind of grown tired of the stress and the extra difficulty in dating American women. But as you see, I still do it. But yeah, I am reserving my energy for overseas, which is coming up soon. I plan to be on my next trip no later than February and absolutely no later than April of next year. So, all right, guys, till the next one.